This is a session that's being run in conjunction with Acacia and MYOB, talking about Acumatica AI. We'll be covering off on AP bills and expense management and AI automation. I will wait for a little bit, so we'll probably wait till about 12:31 just to allow a few more people to join, because we've got a number of people that have registered to attend this session, and so I think it's important to just give them time to get a coffee or a glass of water and their lunch, and so hopefully they can then sit and join us. So people you can see on screen, if you are looking on screen, we have Ben from Acacia, who is our Customer Success Manager. We have Max, one of our consultants. We have Parul, who is in charge of organising all of our webinars, and I just think it's nice to know the people. And we have the wonderful Dianne Fulop from MYOB, someone who I've known for I don't know how many years, probably 10 or more years, Jean. And Jean is very technical and helps us with a lot of these technical things like new features that come out in the software. So we're very excited to have Jean on this call with us. We'll just wait a little bit more to allow people to join in. If you do want to ask any questions, please pop your question into the chat rather than the Q&A. We are recording this session, and you should have received a notification on your screen that we are recording the session. We're really excited by what we're seeing coming through from Acumatica and MYOB. It's very, very exciting to see. And I think you'll be entertained by what we've got, and we'll be doing a few polls along the way to get your thought processes on this. So I think we've got several people that have arrived, so we might make a start of it, I think. So thank you everyone for coming. As I said, we are recording this session. We will be using this session to include in our social medias, so any conversations that you have will be recorded. I have the wonderful Dianne Fulop from MYOB here to talk to you about the Acumatica AI, because this is something that is really new. It was only released a week or two ago, Jean, probably. Yeah. So we're very excited to have Jean on the call. So, and Jean has to prompt me to click next slide or to click the button to show presentation. So if ever I'm lacking, I'm sure she'll let us all know. So I'll head on to the first slide, Jean.
Perfect. So hi everyone, as Dianne mentioned, I'm Dianne Fulop, Senior Product Manager at MYOB, and I'm super excited to have the opportunity to run through some of the great features that are coming through AI, and there's a lot more to follow. So why does AI matter so much? Because it has a real tangible impact on business productivity, and the businesses pulling ahead, new or whether established, are succeeding because AI stopped being just a side project, and it's really become a part of how their business runs day to day and the workflows that really matter. And the numbers that you can see here really back this up, like half a day per employee per week, giving time back to your business. That's time that can be redirected back into higher value work, into growth. So for most advanced businesses, 62% report a significant productivity impact. Now, this isn't just a story about businesses that have been around for years catching up. It's just as true for those businesses that are new and just opening up their doors over the last 6 months. So the starting line is the same for everyone right now, and that's exactly why this moment matters. Next slide.
Thank you.
So we think about AI in MYOB Acumatica across 3 experiences. The first one is AI Assistant. That makes your people faster in their flow of their day. So that's their normal workflows that they would do on a day-to-day or even a weekly process. There's the AI Advisor that helps you make better decisions with the information that you already have. And then there's AI Automation, which I'm super excited about, as that removes work entirety, which is what we're going to be going to deep dive into today. So automation is exactly what it sounds like. Think about your finance team for a moment. Think about how they're spending their day processing supplier invoices, they're doing manual entry, necessary work, no doubt, but not the work that you would prefer them to be doing. So AI automation takes that work off their plate so that they can spend more of their time on what matters most and moves your business forward. So late last year, we released our first AI feature set, including 2 features that help automate your workflows. We've got AP bill entry. So what that does is the AI reads your invoices, automates that data entry, and then handles the approval process. So instead of your finance team being buried in processing each invoice manually, they are able to now simply review and approve in a fraction of that time. And then we have our expense management. So this tool automatically tracks and it creates the expenses in your ERP for you. So that means that your team can stop spending all day chasing those receipts and that dedicated time closing them instead. So for those of you who are still yet to experience the time that our AP bill entry feature alone can give back to your finance team, I have something I'd like to show you. Next slide. So let's start with AP bill entry. So every month, you process hundreds of supplier bills, typing in invoice numbers. It's line item, dates, supplier names, line item. I think you get the idea. Dates, supplier names. It's repetitive. It's slow, and it's not exactly what anyone would call fun. Plus, there's plenty of room for human error. So this is exactly where AI automation with our accounts payable bill feature steps in for you. Next slide. So here is an example of the feature in the product. You can simply drag and drop an invoice or even set up an invoice box such to receive the invoice directly to be processed. So Di, can I get you to press the start button?
If I can find it.
Just down the bottom of the form. Oh, there you go. It's going. So you can see here we're dragging and dropping a PDF format into the incoming documents. You select, so now it's processed it, you can select it, and then you need to recognize it. So what it's doing here is it's going behind the scenes and doing all of the tedious part of the job that you do, reading, interpreting, populating the data, so that the accounts payable team can focus on checking, improving, and not typing. So in this example, there are live items, but sometimes these invoices can contain up to 50 or more unique items spread across multiple pages. You can see here you've got your open window, which has the PDF of the invoice, and to the left-hand side, you will see all of the information has been translated and picked up and pre-populated with the information from that form. With the automation, your team can easily know who to pay, plus exactly what items have been received, and then how much they paid for. So what used to take minutes per invoice now takes seconds. So less admin, there'll be more accuracy, and a much happier finance team. You'll notice up the top there, as soon as, oh, that's okay.
Oops, sorry, I clicked on the next one.
It's okay.
Or is it repeating it? Actually, I think it's repeating it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. Perfect. Thank you. So expense management, which I touched on before. So this is where AI can now help with expense management through our mobile app. So here, what we can do is we can capture the expenses straight from your phone. So for many end users, this is what AI looks like. I'll just step through this, they can open the app, they can snap a receipt, and then the system does the rest for you. So if you want to just click on the form and it should automatically start to, yeah, perfect. So what you'll see here is we're taking a picture of a receipt from the camera. You can see in this instance the outline, we're stretching it so it populates the complete receipt form. We select done, it goes away, takes the information, and then it'll pre-populate it into the form for you. So that's where AI takes over. It reads the receipt and it identifies, and you can see here it's BP service station, pulls the amount, date, currency, and then categorizes it correctly within seconds. So what this does is it goes to the finance team straight away, ready for approval, and then it gets reimbursed in the next person's pay cycle. So less paperwork, faster turnaround, and one more happy employee. So go to the next slide, please.
Oh, hold on. I've got to remember I've got to click twice.
Yeah, that's fine. So this is not hypothetical. Our customers are already using this and they're telling us it's saving their team's valuable time every single week. And we want you to experience the same benefits too. So to help you get started, we are giving you the first 30 pages free of the AP Bills expense management combined. So that's 30 pages of real invoices processed, giving you back real time, all at a zero cost to try. And if you find that the 30 pages isn't enough for the kind of volume that you are accustomed to in your business, there are tiers available to right size it for you. So what you've just witnessed is a job that used to would take your team hours to get done is now done in seconds. So customers already using it are not looking back. They love it. And now it's your turn. So from tomorrow, every invoice your team continues to key in by hand is now a conscious choice that you are making.
And to that end, Jean, one of our clients has already started using it, and Pamela is thrilled with it. She just makes her life so much easier. It makes the team, they used to process everything manually, and so now the invoices just flow through directly in with some of it. There is some sort of manual intervention, but not a lot of manual intervention. So anyway, check out their furniture. Great furniture, by the way. So the next topic for you, Jean.
I might jump in here and run a quick poll.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
So how many bills or expense receipts does your business process in a typical month? I'm just going to launch that one now. So do you not currently process in MYOB Acumatica? Is it up to 50, up to 200, more than 400? Give us an idea just so we can, you can get an idea to think about the return on investment that you might be able to get by automating some of these procedures. I should probably hit submit. Now, could everyone see that?
Give you a few more minutes to respond to that. Interesting, Ben. Most interesting to see the response.
Okay, so what I can't see the responses for some reason, but
oh, possibly because we're not all done. But to give people an idea, there's a few that are saying not many. There's 27% saying up to 49 documents a month. There's 40% saying between 50 to 200 documents. 13% saying over 200 to 299. So 13% saying between 300 and 399. And thank goodness there's no one that seems to have more than 400, which is quite significant.
Okay, so just to give you guys who are answering there an idea on the return on investment when you're looking at manual versus automation. So at around 125 bills per month, you're looking at a 3,000 annual saving in cost and 15 days back of your time. If it's around 500, it's 12,000 and 60 days back in your time. So you can really see the scale of the return on investment that you can implement into your business straight away.
I think it's that time factor, Ben, you know, getting that time back to do all the other stuff that you don't get time to in your day. Maybe like go and have lunch or something.
Yeah, or get your weekends back. Or your nights.
Get your weekends back is another good thing. Yeah. So, Jean, over to you for the AI automation.
Sure, thank you. Right, now this is onto our latest feature, AI automation. So this is the engine room that powers our automations. So AI automation was previously known as AI Studio, which powers your workflow automation with AI-enabled buttons directly into the MYOB Acumatica. It's not a separate tool. It's embedded contextually and powered by your own business data. So here are 3 things that make AI automation different. So the first one, it's built in, it's not bolted on. This isn't a chatbot sitting alongside your ERP. The AI automations do the work inside the same system your team already runs. So no new tools for them to learn. There's no switching between systems and no copying and pasting prompts backwards and forwards. Next slide.
Thank you.
Second, their data, their context. So what we mean by that is AI automation lives inside MYOB Acumatica. That's where you've got customers, inventory, financial operations. It already has everything it needs from day one. No generic answers, no data migration, and then no integration headaches. Next slide. And then third, it's secure and it's open by design. So AI automation is built on the same security and access controls as your ERP. You get to choose what data goes in, and also we have existing role-based permissions governed what the AI can see and do. If a customer has a preferred AI provider, they have the freedom to connect it as a part of GA. Next slide. So with AI Studio, you get a managed LLM. And for those of you that don't know what an LLM is, it's a large language model. It is used to take the information and then provide results back. Similarly, if you were using an AI tool like Claude or like ChatGPT or Gemini, there's a lot out there. So what this means is this large language model, it does all the heavy lifting for you. What it does is we are hosting and maintaining the AI models for you. You don't need to evaluate providers, negotiate contracts, or figure out the infrastructure. It just works out of the box. And we've partnered with the best to do it. We've partnered with AWS, which provides the enterprise-grade infrastructure with all of the processing, which is happening in the local data centers right here in New Zealand and Australia. And then Anthropic brings industry-leading reasoning and accuracy with its models, built for the kind of complex business workflows your business runs every day. So your data never crosses a border. It's never used to train external models, and enterprise-grade security and compliance also comes built in as well, without any of that complexity. So together, this is a managed LLM that powers your automations, and it means you're up and running with a world-class AI from day one. So no decisions to make and no setup required.
I think the key thing with all of this is that it's inside Acumatica and not outside to the Wild West.
100% agree, yes. So this is what it would look like inside MYOB Acumatica. So what you're looking at here is what we call an LLM connection screen. So this is where the managed Anthropic model via AWS Bedrock is plugged in directly into your platform. So this is not a mock-up. This is actually a slide of a system that I have set up. And similarly with our customers, it's built, it's connected, and it's soon ready for you to experience firsthand the intelligence behind AI automation. It's right here waiting for you to put it to work. Right, so we're going to have a look at some examples because I think it's really good for you to see this in action. So this is what it would look like inside MYOB Acumatica. So as an example, the product team opens a stock item and heads straight to the description page. Then right now, this is what we're going to just cover off now. If I could just get you to select the, we'll just select the form or the screen, and it should go through.
Might be on the next one.
Okay.
Oh no, it's there, Jen.
Yeah. So what you'll see here, there's a button at the top that says Generate Description. What it's going to do is it's going to pick up information that's been highlighted for input fields, and then it's going to create an actual description and update the description field. As a user, you have interactions with this, so it's not going to update it on its own. There's human in the loop, which is super important. It's not going to run away and just update it for you. So there's the way it works is that you define what the input fields are, what the output is going to look like, and then you have the ability to decide, is this information correct? And if it is, at that point, you will save. Just want to make sure that human in the loop is super important because it's a part of the validation to make sure the information is correct. And as we all know, and I'm sure those of you that are familiar with some of those models or providers that are out there, they can be known to hallucinate and provide information that's not relevant. So really important that we just want to make sure that you're clear that this is how it works. So if you take this example and you imagine multiplying this by about 10,000 SKUs, and for the first time your company has, you would now have a way of automating descriptions in this case, and you've got a newly created automated step in your workflow. So what this does is it reduces time, gives you time back in your back pocket to do other activities, and all of this took a single afternoon to build this particular prompt. Now I'm going to go through another example. So if you just want to go next, that's fine.
Sorry, next, sorry.
Yeah. So now let's have a closer look at another one. I'm going to use a customer as an example. Their name is Tasman. And so Tasman actually have a customer services team where they're dealing with a challenge that anyone who's had any experience with compliance obligations will understand right away what I mean. So picture this: at the end of a call, a customer service agent has spent 20 minutes walking someone through a complicated return. The customer is happy, the queue is 4 calls deep, and before the agent can pick up the next one, they then have to write up what has just happened properly in enough detail that if anyone ever needs to go back and check the record, it holds up. And they have about 30 seconds to do it. So you can imagine their day is really, really busy. So this is the daily reality for Tasman's customer service team and many of other companies like them. And it's quite an arithmetic if you think about that. They've got to break down most of the service operations because every one of the case notes has to be accurate. It has to be complete in order to meet the compliance obligations. So now the team is left with 2 pretty bad choices: rush the notes and expose the business to auditory pressure, or take the time to do them properly and watch the queue grow while fewer customers have their issues resolved. Your best people end up doing 1 or 2 things really badly. We've all seen it every day, and it's no fault of anyone. What's more is there's no number or templates or training that solves this. So the work itself has to change. So Tasman went into AI automation, and what they did is they built a case closure note summarization agent to help them get back on track. Now, so we're going to take a look at this that you see on the screen here. This is an example, a credit hold inquiry that Tasman team had to work on end to end. The issue is resolved. The customer has been updated. So you'll see there's a button up the top there that says generate closure notes. It's now gone through and it will go and get all the information on the related tab to produce an output that's meaningful, and it will update the closure notes with the relevant information. So do you want to go ahead and press play?
Yep.
Yep. So now we're on the closure notes tab. See, we choose the generate closure notes. And at that point, it's going away and looking at all the activities and related cases information. And you'll see it's populated with the click of a button, the closure notes summary. So there it is. It's a really structured format with all the issues, the steps that were taken, the resolution, and any follow-up recommendations, all written and ready to go in seconds. So which doesn't give the team valuable time, but it does give the time valuable time back to the team. It means that now that every case is closed with audit ready requirements. And now the team at Tasman can carry on
with their next part.
With their next use.
Oh, I think it's doing it again. Hold on. There you go.
There you go. Thank you. So far we've seen how AI Studio for Tasman saves time and allows their scale their team's output, which means they're getting a lot more work done within a within their day. So now let's look at what it can do for their top line. So for everyone's top line in this room, we are all asking at some point the same questions. Are we charging the right price? So for Tasman, when their merchandising team set their prices, they're betting that this number on this SKU, on this day, or in this market is a number of customers will pay while also protecting their margin. So only when they get it right, nobody really notices, but get it wrong, and you'll either lost the sale or you've left money on the table. So what's more, they're placing this bet thousands of times a week. The uncomfortable part is that the information you need to place the bet, well, such as what we just talked about, is what are competitors charging right now? What are suppliers doing to their rates this week? And what is the market will actually bear? Has all belonged to someone else. So the big players with their own research pricing teams, the enterprise businesses with the budget for those expensive reports or data subscriptions that cost more than most mid-market businesses spend on the entire tech teams. So that's asymmetry, right? So between the businesses who could see the market and the businesses who had to guess at it has been the single biggest disadvantage mid-market businesses carries for years. The gap isn't how hard the team works or how many times they have to check the numbers. The gap is in what they know at the moment that they have to decide on. So rather than giving in and spending thousands on access to real-time marketing data, Tasman built one of these for themselves, and it was all in AI automation, and it was all in one day. So if we go to the next slide. So let's see an example in action. So imagine one of your customers with a procurement team who spends hours trying to price their product. So if we click on the...
Yep, getting there.
Perfect. So you'll see here we've got a Dyson V7 vacuum cleaner. This is a real product sitting in inventory right now. Normally we would just create the product page with no idea where the price sits in the market. Just one click of the button and the market intelligence goes out. It checks the competitors in real time and then reviews against Tasman's data. And what comes back is for competitors, which you would have seen, it's checked in real time, showing me the prices, an analysis, and a recommendation. And now I can see the exact price Tasman should charge to stay competitive while protecting the margin. So we've taken that recommendation, we'll update the price and save, and we're done. So pricing decision has been researched, it's been validated, it's actioned, all in under minutes. Next slide, please.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that.
It's all good. Now, there's one last thing that I do want to show you, how to set up an automation in a couple of minutes. So let me show you what the prompt looks like under the hood. So here you'll see this is a prompt screen, and we can see how the market intelligence scout was actually built. Just like how many of your prompts are built now, you need to give it some, within ChatGPT or Claude or other prompts that you use, you have to give it context. You have to give it instructions first, and they have to be in plain English. And then within that prompt, you then actually outline what details it should actually look at. You can then check the pricing logic, and it should follow along with the recommendations it should make. So I'm going to get you to click on the form. So you'll see here you have to give the prompt an ID name, you're going to give it a prompt button name, and then you choose the form. Here we're providing some context about what it needs to do. We then choose the input fields that it needs to look at, and then from there you give it instructions on how it should, what information it needs to provide, and then the last part of it you'll see down there is the output data fields where it's going to save all of that information. So it's very clear in its structure. You give it context, you give it instructions, and then you choose the fields that you want it to look at to give you an output, and then you update that information into a specified field. So that's it, pretty simple. You can see here it's not that difficult to set up. In the screen, you can actually do testing before you make this prompt live for your users or your team members to be able to run. So next slide, please. So if we think about, we went through product description, we went through closure notes, and we even went through competitive pricing. So these are three very different problems and three different parts of the same business, all solved with the same tool. And that's really the point. AI automation isn't designed for one kind of work. Every part of your business has tasks that shouldn't be taking up your team's valuable time. So we've got finance, people, projects, production. Every capability area in MYOB Acumatica is somewhere where AI Studio can go to work for you. So in summary, we're just going to wrap this up. These features are designed to help you reduce manual work and make more of your day-to-day processes easier to manage, whether it's automating AP bill entry, keeping expenses up to date, or building automations for your own workflows. We encourage you to explore what MYOB Acumatica AI can do for your business. Start with one process that takes up too much time, try the capability that fits, and where AI can take you. Choose one workflow to explore, and then take the next steps with MYOB Acumatica AI. So with that, I'll hand you back to Dianne.
Well, it's kind of interesting, Jane, because I think everybody's gobsmacked because there's no questions in the chat. And I think this is probably something that we're all going to have to look at and consider how we might use it in our own business. There's always something that we're doing that we should consider how we might do it differently. I just think there's so many different opportunities that we probably just need to think about it. Ben, yeah, sorry, Jane.
I was just, one way to think about it, and I've had many conversations, is what are the problems you're trying to solve? So first of all, I would say, what are the workflows that you would like to look at? And what is the problem that you need to solve? And be really clear about what that problem is. And then even if you look at it broadly, you can then break it down into segments, essentially. So this is my workflow. I come into work. I've got to get out a list of stock items, for example. I've got to go and check them, validate them, go on the internet. What else am I doing? So look at what that workflow is, and then decide on one area that you could actually automate with AI automation. Yeah, keep it simple.
We do have a question in the chat. This is from Kylie. How does the AP function go with entering AP invoices through a purchase order and receiving stock?
So what you can do is you have purchase orders are linked to your receipt and then to your invoice. It depends on how you've got it set up, right? So you know how you can receive stock in without a purchase order, or you can you always have to have a purchase order before you match off your invoice. So how it works is if you have a purchase order that's been created, you then are now going to match that invoice off against that purchase order. What will happen is it will find, and so if you've got the purchase order on the actual document, it will link the purchase order lines with link the purchase order lines to the invoice. When you go in the screen that we had a look at before, it will have a purchase order item number on there for you. And if it doesn't, you've got the ability also to select and then link the purchase order yourself. The other part is that it also does projects. So if you've got purchase orders against projects, it'll do exactly the same thing. You'll see the project, you'll see the purchase order and the item.
And I think with that, Kylie, we're happy to just take you through this as an example. Probably sometime next week, if that's if it's something that you really want to get working really quickly, then we can actually show you an individual presentation next week where we actually take you through that as a scenario. It's probably the best thing.
That's great. It's good to see it working. It's always hard to describe it when you don't have a system up to take you through it.
And we don't have a video of that to show you right now, but and I don't have a live example ready to go. So probably better if we prepare for a really live demo and then take you through that presentation, Kylie.
Okay, so we have a couple of polls still to run through here. So I'll just quickly start with the AI Studio one. So I'm just going to launch that now. So where could AI Studio create the most value in your organization? Is it automating repetitive administration tasks, supporting reporting and analysis, streamlining customer or supplier interactions? You're not too sure, but you think it can help in some area, potentially that you're thinking about. And if there is something you're thinking about, I'd encourage you to pop it in the chat. We want to get an understanding of how you're thinking about using AI, or you don't see a use case.
So Ben, we've had 7 responses so far, and it's 67%. Oh, just adjusting now. There's a few that are not too sure, but I do think it can help. And then most of them are around the automating the repetitive administration tasks. Although there's more now heading towards supporting reporting and analysis, which is also another part of it that I'd say.
Yeah, so about half of you have said automating, repeating, repetitive administration tasks, which is probably what we would have expected. But I could see that no one is suggesting that they can't see a use case for this. So obviously AI is the way of the future, and this is what's happening.
Yep.
I might quickly move into our final poll, unless there's anything else, Di.
No, I don't think so at this stage.
No problem. Okay, so thanks for your questions onto that one. And now this is related to the AP billing, because the AP billing and expense receipt functionality is available right now in MYOB Acumatica. So if you are not utilizing it at the moment, it is an opportunity for you to get started with it. So does the AP billing and expense receipt automation resonate with you? If so, when do you want us to contact you? When do you want to get started? Do you want us to reach out next week, maybe another time, or you're not interested?
That didn't pop up right in front of me. And just for everybody out there, we've just enabled it in our internal Acumatica. So we'll be experts and be able to show you some of our examples using pretty bland invoices that we don't necessarily commit to the database, because we can always do that as well.
Yes, and you can always reach out to us at the help desk, or myself at bennett@kccs.com.au, or give us a call, and we can schedule in a time to work with you guys.
Yeah, and I think most of these are reach out, a combination of sometime next week or some other time, but there's 1 or 2 that are happy to say, not for me, not right now, maybe later. which,
Yeah.
this is also new, how we can use it. We've been skilling up on AI in our organisation and just working out what we can do and what we can automate. And it's kind of interesting to just sit back and have a quiet contemplative time to go, well, what's going to make it easier for us? What can we do to make a lot of our processes automated? Like when we finish a case with you, we want to make sure that the case notes are recorded. We want to make sure that the information is recorded that is relevant to you, and then closing those cases so that we can then move on to those so that they're not visible in the customer portal. So that is around about it. Any other questions, please just pop them in the chat. That would be great. Otherwise, I think we're at time, or are we early, Parul? I'm never very good at working out my timings.
We're early, yeah.
We are early. Okay. So, but I think if there's no more questions in the chat, then I think we might call it an end to the session. So I would really love to thank Jean for helping us with this session. It's always best to have someone from MYOB on the call because, of course, they know the information more than what we do at the moment, and they've got all the stats about who's using it and at what benefits people are seeing because they get to see more clients than what we do.